Hey guys, happy Monday. Becky Timms here for the Drive at 5, and it is dark in here. I don't know if you can see me, probably not. Anyway, I am sitting outside getting ready for my son's baseball game. It's about 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we don't live in Arizona, so we didn't we did fall back. I know if you live in Arizona, you didn't have to fall back this year in October, but we did here in South Carolina because of the time change, and so now it gets darker earlier. So I wanted to talk to you today about learning how to sell on Amazon for free, because I've been selling on Amazon for about 4 years now. Actually, January will be 4 years exactly for Amazon. And there are a lot, as you know, if you've done any type of research, there are a lot of places that you can get free information on how to sell on Amazon. First of all, you can go to the bookstore. Now, books are awesome. I read books all the time. I listen to books all the time. But here's what I want to tell you about books. Hey, Darius, thanks for joining. When you read a book, I want you to do 5% of doing. So read for 5% and do 95% of the time. Because what happens is once we start learning so much about selling on e-commerce, that we get into analysis paralysis because we have so much knowledge and then we don't take action. So that's what you have there. So books. The second thing that you can do is YouTube videos. Guys, YouTube videos are awesome, but once again, you can get sucked into this YouTube hole of hell because you start watching one video and then you're off to another one and then another one and then another one. And by the time you look around, you've already spent 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. You haven't learned anything to implement it. So it's really a time sucker. And then one thing that I really want you to pay attention to on YouTube videos, and I have this on my account too, so I have a YouTube account, is really check the dates on these videos because things change so quickly with Amazon, with eBay. So if you watched a video from me 2 months ago, it may not be applicable today. Or a year ago, it's definitely not applicable today. So a couple of words of advice for YouTube. Only follow 1 or 2 people, preferably 1. Hey, Tennille. Because you're going to start getting conflicting information. Well, I do this and I do this and I do that, and if you don't follow just one, my mentor says just focus on her for right now, and that's what I do. And that's why I've seen the results that I've seen, is because I've listened to one voice in my head, because God knows there's many voices up here, but I'm just listening to one. And when you start mixing and matching, you're going to run into trouble. So I want to give you some words of advice about YouTube. 1, make sure that it's new material, new content. And 2, make sure that the person that you're watching actually has results. And that's what you want, because you want the results that they have. 3rd, Amazon itself teaches you how to sell on Amazon. So you can just go into Seller Central and start reading on, how to sell on Amazon. But once again, be careful when you're back there, because they say birds of a feather flock together. So if you are around someone and they're in Seller Central and they make a negative comment, then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't sell anything on Amazon. And it's not true, guys. I'm living proof. $1.3 million in sales. Oh my, the car in front of me just put the bright lights on. They wanted to shine some light on me. So thank you, car. But they're getting ready to back up. But anyway, $1.3 million in sales online. And so you want to make sure that the person that you're listening to actually has results. So that's the next thing. But the easiest thing to do when learning how to sell on Amazon is easy. It's the fundamentals. You're going to spend your money on inventory. You're going to earn some money. You're going to identify what happened, and you're going to learn from it. And here's scenario number 2. You're going to spend some money on inventory. You're going to lose some money. You're going to identify what happened, and you're going to learn from it. So you're going to either earn money or lose money. And there's no true formula to say, you know, sometimes people are like, well, I'm at such and such a store and I see, you know, 10 of this item at this price. Is it a good deal or is it not a good deal? Guys, there are so many variables that it's hard to predict if an item is going to sell. I mean, you need to look at your price, the competition, how fast things are turning over, how long they've been on Amazon. And if you're a new seller, you wouldn't know these things. So that's why you want to make sure, like I said, that you're following it's funny, when I first started in the industry, we called them SPs, or seasoned professionals, where the YPs were the young professionals, and there is much to be learned from both sides, so definitely do that. Yeah, David, no problem. Thanks for being honest. Yeah, I mean, this is true. You can find it all over the internet, but just super be careful, you know, who you're following and things of that nature. Another good thing or big thing that I see is some people are like, gross sales, they're not really a measure of success. So I could say, oh, I have $1.3 million in sales. I did. But that's like me saying, well, my house is valued at, let's say, $250,000, but I sold it for $100,000. So I have $100,000 in gross sales. Did I really make a profit or did I make a loss? And I would dare say that probably a good 70 to 80% of Amazon sellers right now, they don't know if they're making a profit or if they're losing money. And that is not a way to operate a business. So if you're an Amazon seller, there's tools out there, accounting, GoDaddy, QuickBooks, for you to keep track of your expenses, keep track of your cost for your business, because these are things that are really important. But that's why, you know, I completely quit sharing screenshots online. I saw one, Elizabeth had one. She made $50,000 in 30 days. Hooray, Elizabeth. That's so awesome. Now that's $50,000 in gross sales. So how much was her profit? I don't know. So that's the kinds of things that you have to look at, you know, because different Amazon sellers have different business models. Some, you know, will make a sale, you know, spend $100 to make $5. And to me, that's crazy, you know. That is awesome, Tennille. 50,000 in 30 days is pretty awesome. And I think it was like 800 items sold, so it wasn't like a huge amount, like a, you know, big drop shipping or anything. So that was pretty cool. All private label as well. So yeah, it is dark here. I'm sorry. I'm sitting in my car before my son's baseball game. He actually made it to the playoffs. So the Goose Creek baseball team is playing tonight, so going to root him on. Literally, the game's going to start in a few minutes, so I'm going to have to go, but I wanted to talk about that. But also, when you lose money, you know, I lost 7 cents on my first sale on drop shipping. 7 cents. Now, I would have been, well, I was devastated. I was like, I'm never going to lose 7 cents again, and I didn't. And so the way that you do that is, I lost money, and I learned, this is what I learned, guys. I paid for my training, and I did not watch it. And I learned that I have to watch the training if I want to make a profit. And so and you can go back and look at my YouTube videos, and what I say is, watch the training, watch the training, watch the training, watch the training, watch the training. And I'm going to tell you, watch the training, watch the training, watch the training, because one little step could possibly help make you lose 7 cents like it did me. And so I don't want you to lose 7 cents. I don't want you to lose any money, actually. So that's one way to do it. But, you know, starting out free, it has many perks that you can do. One, it's going to tell you if you're cut out for this business, because I'm going to tell you, it's work. It's not for the people that can just want to think it's a silver bullet and you're going to come in here and make a lot of money and, you know, not do anything. That's definitely, you know, e-commerce is definitely not for you. But what happens when you do it for free is that what you realize is you don't know what you don't know. And once you know, I am so thankful that I had a very, very firm foundation with DS Domination and Infinii for my e-commerce journey. I could not even imagine, I don't even want to imagine if I had to go out to YouTube and try to piece this together. I wouldn't make it. I'll tell you right now, I would not make it. Knowing me, I would not make it. I like that step by step, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And that's just for me. Now, if you have more time and you want to go searching and putting pieces of the puzzle together, you definitely can. You just have to make sure that, you know, the information is timely, that it's relevant, that it's current, and that you're following the right leader. So that's what I wanted to share about how you can learn how to sell on Amazon for free. I had an amazing time last night. I want to address one other thing. Stacy was on my call last night, or on the webinar, and she was saying that she didn't have any money. And I want to tell you, and I completely understand, guys, because I know there's some people that don't have any money to start their e-commerce business. But I do want to tell you this. I do know that if there's a will, there's a way. I have met people in this business. Couple of things. One of the very first women that I worked with, she had no car. She rode a bus. She had no computer either. She rode a bus to the library every single day that it was open to work her business. So a bus ride to the library to use the library's computers and back. Other people had no money, and they went around and they sold, you know, they're down with OPP, other people's products. So they sold other people's stuff to get the money to run their e-commerce business. I met another guy, he and his wife both sold plasma to build their business. And they are, yes, Tennille, they're super dedicated. So I don't want to, you know, hear people's excuses, because I know if there's a will, there's a way. And, you know, some people have 4 and 5 kids and they can't go to the library, or they can't do this, or they can't do that. But I'm here to tell you that if you really want something bad enough, you will find a way to make it happen. But what I'm finding is that people are afraid of losing. It's kind of like, you know, well, what if I lose $50? Well, what if you gain $50,000 is what I like to say. So definitely just starting out free will definitely let you know that if you're cut out, to see if you have what it takes to succeed in the e-commerce world. So that's what I wanted to share today. So happy Monday to you all. I am having another live webinar tomorrow night for my private label course. If you don't want to piece it all together yourself, you can join me at privatelabelcourse.com. Tennille says, I tell people if I can do it, you can do it too. I do it with 1-year-old twins and a 3-year-old. Yes, Tennille, God bless you, because I wouldn't be able to do that either. I know me, and I know I wouldn't. So my hat's off to you. And I really like when I ask Tennille, I say, you know, Tennille, when are you available to talk? And every time she says, after my kids go to bed. So I really, really admire that about you, Tennille, as well. So hope you all have a happy Monday. I'm off to watch a baseball game. Hopefully we'll be champions tomorrow, but I'll let you know. Talk to you tomorrow on The Drive at 5. Have an amazing Monday. Bye.